Good evening and welcome to the Warren County Public Schools Digital Support Webinar for our students and families. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I am Amy Buss. I'm the Instructional Technology Coordinator for Warren County Public Schools, and I am joined this evening by Ms. Christy Beam. She is a digital learning coach serving Warren East and Greenwood Feeder. And Matt Cressline, he's a digital learning coach serving Warren Central and South Warren feeder schools. And we are just here tonight to give you guys some overview, just basics for using G Suite and Google Tools and supporting you in this hybrid and distance learning virtual environment. So thank you again. So we just wanted to jump right in. We are accepting questions on the YouTube chat tonight, and we will address those questions as best we can towards the end of the webinar tonight. So please feel free to put questions there. So this evening, I just wanted to go over our agenda and the topics that we are going to discuss this evening. The very first thing we're going to talk about are your students' Google accounts and the Chrome browser and Chromebooks and how to log in, how your student will log in with their account. Then we're going to talk about Google Classroom, and that is the learning management system that your child will be using to receive their assignments and their learning tasks. Also, we are going to be discussing Google Meet, and that's a video conferencing tool that many of you became familiar with during NTI back in March. And then we will be discussing our additional resources and support that's located on our WCPS technology portal. So just to begin this evening, I just want to discuss that all of our Warren County school students have a G Suite or Google account. And this Google account provides them with all of the digital tools that Google has to offer with Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Slides, and there are numerous. But this is the username naming convention that your child's account is in. So it's firstname.lastname@stu.warren.kyschools.us. And so some of your children may have a common name. So let's just say it's a John Smith. There may be a John.Smith2 or a John.Smith3. And then the password for their account is their state ID number or student number. And this is a confidential password, so your child does not need to share that out with anybody, but that can be found on the Infinite Campus Parent Portal, or you can also contact your child's teacher, and they may ask you to identify yourself as that child's parent before they pass that student number on to you, just for confidentiality reasons. So, moving along, I just wanted to go over and start with how you log in to a Chrome browser on a Mac or PC. That is a little bit different than logging into a Chromebook, and Matt will show you how to log into a Chromebook in just a moment. So I'm currently on a Mac, and I am going to go over to my right-hand side, and I am logged in with my Warren County account, but I'm going to log in as a student. So I'm going to click this little letter A. It may even have just an outline of a person there. So I'm going to add. And it says, welcome to Chrome, already a Chrome user, sign in. So your child does have a Warren County Google account, so they are already a Chrome user. So I click sign in. And this is where you will, or they will type their username and hit next. And they type their password. So this is a very important step. When they see this pop up, they will most definitely want to click Link Data if they are on a Mac or PC. And this is important for a couple of reasons. So the next screen, it says Turn on Sync. Just click Yes, I'm in. So when they link their data, they will see and notice some Chrome extensions that are populating over here in the top right in the Google Omni box or over here next to the address bar. And they will also have a managed bookmarks folder, and it's labeled warren.kyschools.us. And this managed bookmarks folder is very important because we push out different links and resources to students at the school level. For example, right now I have Google Drive pushed out to mine, but your child may have like a school student links page that your school pushes out to your child. So this managed bookmarks is very important to receive the resources that your school may push out. And now, Matt is going to show you how to sign in on a Chrome device or Chromebook.
Okay, so we are passing out two different kinds of Chrome devices to our students if your school has access and is able to. The first is a Chromebook, and the second would be a Chrome base. Now, if your student has their own device, maybe it's a Chromebook or some other, whatever that might be, this will look a little bit different. So what I'm showing you on the screen right now is a Chromebook that is owned by Warren County Public Schools. At the end of this line here, it will auto-populate the @stu.warren.kyschools.us. If this is a personal device, so you bought a Chromebook for your student or your child to use at home, it will not have that. So they will need to type all of this in, but it's the same thing Amy just talked about. The first dot last at stu.warren.kyschools.us and next. The next box here will be for your password, which is their state ID. And then you'll click next, and that's all they have to do. When you do log into a Chromebook with that student ID, it is managed by the district, so there are some privacy settings that are pushed out directly to those Chromebooks. But that is all you have to do, and they are ready to go. Now, Amy talked about logging into the Chrome browser itself. When you log into a Chromebook, it automatically logs you in and links data and syncs automatically, so that is not something you'll have to worry about with the Chromebook. That's all about that. Very simple, easy for that part. Now we'll go back to Amy for Google Classroom.
Thank you, Matt. Google Classroom is the learning management system that we use as a district for delivery of instructional content. It's where your teachers will post links to assignments, resources for your student, and also it can serve as a communication hub. So the way that I get there, actually there are a couple of ways that your child can get there. I'm just going to open up a new tab, and I can go to classroom.google.com, and it will take me straight to Google Classroom. The other way that your student can get there is in Google Chrome. They have this apps deck. The students like to refer to it as a waffle, but it's the 9 dots that are in like a grid view over here on the top right. And this takes them to all of their Google or G Suite apps for their Warren County account. So you will notice that Google Classroom is an icon listed within that Google Apps deck or waffle. And that's a great way for our primary students to quickly get there without having to type that long address in the address bar. So once I navigate to Google Classroom, you will notice that all of my classes or classrooms are listed, and this will show every classroom that your child is a student in. So I just have a classroom here where I'm a student and Miss Beam is my teacher, and I'm going to click there to go into Google Classroom. So there are 3 main parts to Google Classroom for the student. there's the stream, there's classwork, and there's people. So the stream is like the communication hub. Sometimes we even compare it to something similar like the Facebook stream or wall. It's basically where your child's teacher will post announcements in class communication. So you see here, Miss Beam has posted an example of that right here on my stream. It also timestamps it so the student knows when that was posted. I can reply back with a class comment here, but this is the main area for announcements. Also on the left, it says upcoming. It shows that I don't have any upcoming assignments due, but that's just a visual for your child to know what's due next if the teacher has posted due dates. Up here at the top, I'm going to go on to the classwork tab. And on the classwork tab is where your child will receive all of their assignments or classwork. And they are categorized here because Miss Beam is very organized. So we have all of the classwork here and they are named. So all of the assignments are named here, and to open them, I would simply click on them. Before I do that, I do want to talk about topics for just a second. Over here on the left-hand side, you see it says all topics, daily announcements, and then she's got it organized by weeks of instruction. Your child's teacher may have different topics. They may even have one called math or reading. Also, your related arts teachers, so the art teacher, the music teacher, the librarian may have a topic in there called library. And the topics just acts as a filtering tool. So if I just want to see what the daily announcements are, I click on the daily announcement topic. If I want to see what instruction is for week 2 for Miss Beam, I simply click on the week 2 topic. And that's just an organizational tool for your child so they aren't overwhelmed as time goes throughout the year with the number of assignments that may be posted on the classwork tab. So, under classwork, I'm going to go down to week 3 reading. So I'm just going to open that assignment. And I'm going to click View Assignment. So there are a couple of things here. I can open week 2 reading plans, and Miss Beam likes to structure things for me as her student in a weekly format, so I know exactly what I'm doing each day of the week. So your child's teacher may do things in a little bit different way and may organize instruction in a different way. So I can go through this Google slide presentation and see exactly what my expectations are for each day. And I see that she also has some links here. So here's a reminder of 3 types of connections on this assignment. There may also be content posted down in the speaker notes section. So I see that she has left me a voice note. So a lot of your teachers may be using tools to record audio notes for your students to help them, especially if they're emerging readers. Just the audio helps us connect to the text a little bit easier. So several teachers are posting links in the speaker notes to audio comments. So I'm going to go out of that tab. But I see over here she has posted an assignment for me, and it's under your work. So I just wanted to discuss how you will turn work in, or how your child will turn work in. So I'm going to open up this assignment. And I'm just going to use this as a demo. But if I'm completing this assignment, I can click and I can fill in what I need to for the assignment. So let's say I have completed the assignment and I'm ready to turn it in. So I'm going to go back right here to my classwork. And then you'll notice right here on the right-hand side, it says turn in. So I'm going to do that because I'm ready to turn in my work. And when you turn it in, or your child turns it in, you will notice that there is an unsubmit button. That unsubmit button allows your child the ability to go back and make a change if they need to. So if I'm going to unsubmit, I will make the change and then I will click turn it in again. So as your child is working in Google, it auto saves. So when I type, it will auto save. There's not really a save feature. That's a nice benefit, especially if the electricity happens to go out. So after every edit, your child's work saves in Google. So the other thing that I want to talk about is the People tab in Google Classroom. For the student, the People tab shows who the teachers are. There may be several teachers that are co-teachers on your child's classroom. Your child may see several teachers in a day, especially if they have a teacher for reading, a teacher for math, a related arts teacher, music, art, library. So there may be additional teachers listed here. That gives your students direct access to those teachers because there's this email icon beside the teacher's name. And if your child clicks on that, it will open their Gmail account, their Warren County Gmail account, and allow them to send a direct email to that teacher. So that just increases the capability for your child to get support from your child's teacher. Also, it lists any classmates that are in the class with your child. So if your children are working on collaborative projects with their peers, they can communicate with their peers. All right, so now I'm going to hop out of this classroom and go into a classroom where I am the teacher. Okay, so this is a class where I am the teacher, and I have a couple of students here. So your child's teacher may set up guardian summaries. And guardian summaries is a true benefit for you as the parent because you can elect to get a daily or weekly summary from that child's teacher that outlines everything that your child has done in the past week in Google Classroom and also anything that's due in the upcoming weeks and any missed assignments or work. So I just want to show you an example of a guardian summary that you might receive in an email if you elect to receive those. And this is an example of the guardian summary. So it will just say weekly summary for your child, and it will show any missed work, what's due next week, class activity from the last week, and it will show it for every class that they are a member of. So you won't get multiple emails from 5 different classrooms. You will get one summary for every class that your child is a member of. So that is a true benefit for you when you are wanting to discuss with your child the work that they've been doing in the classroom. So the last thing that I want to touch on this evening, your child's teacher may or may not put grades in Google Classroom. That's totally up to them, but we always want to refer you to Infinite Campus because that's where your child's grades will ultimately end up. So we really encourage you to make sure that you have that parent portal, Infinite Campus parent portal, and check there for your child's grades. All right. Next, we're going to turn it over to Christy Beam, where she is going to discuss Google Meet.
Okay, thanks, Amy. All right, so Google Meet. I get the honor of talking about that, and I think it's the best thing since sliced bread. Like, who would have thought that we went from snail mail to video conferencing? So Google Meet is the video conferencing platform that our teachers are going to use to have video chats with your child. And it's essential for the students to join in on these meets so they can get the most out of their virtual learning experience. These chats could consist of the discussion of lessons, feedback from assignments that they had been assigned, small group instruction, reteaching based on the results from an assessment. And it's also a time to connect with their teacher and the other students in small and large groups. The teachers will communicate their expectations or their norms for their meets with their class. One really good best practice is to find a quiet area without distractions. And also before your child joins the meet, it's a good practice to mute their meet before they join and whenever they're not speaking so they can hear the teacher so the dog in the background won't distract the others learning. The teacher will instruct on any other expectations he or she may have. So now I'm going to show you how you can join these meets. Now, different teachers will have different ways that they will communicate these links to you. So I'm just going to show you a variety of ways that they may do that. So the first one I'm going to show you is through their Gmail account. All students have a Gmail account, and there's two ways that you can get to it. If you're logged into Google Chrome or to Google, you'll have this Google Apps deck over here, and you can click on it and click on Gmail. The other way is in the Omnibox, type in mail.google.com, and it will take you to their email. Don't judge how many emails I have. Okay, and so they'll receive an email from their teacher inviting them to the class meet. So you click on that meet, or that email, sorry, and there will be a meet link there, and you can click that to join. That's one way. Every teacher has a different way of, or how they prefer to do it. Also, in Google Classroom, some teachers may choose to put the meet link up on the first page of the stream, and it will show, and you can click there to join the meet. Or the other way in Google Classroom, Google has lots of ways to do the same thing, guys. You can go on classwork, and it will also be visible there. And so you would click on the meet. It would also take you to the meet link. And the last way I'm going to show you is if they choose to join on Google Calendar. So you have a link to your Google Calendar inside your Google Classroom. You can click there, and that will take you to your Google Calendar. And as you can see, we have this one right here. And if you click on, let's click on this one. This one's also. So if you click on it, it will show you the meet link. And you click Join Meet. And this is where I'm talking about mute your mics before you go in. Sometimes it will automatically do that if there's several in there, but you can hit mute and then you hit Join Now. And whenever you get in there, you have a couple of things that you need to be aware of. Like, this is how you mute and unmute your mic. This is how some teachers may prefer you to have your camera on. Some may be okay with you having it off. So that's how you turn it on and off. And then the other thing, some teachers may want you to share whatever's on your screen, like if you're doing a class presentation. And so you would click on Present Now and then click your entire screen. And then you would select it, so whenever you click on the thing, then it comes up Share, and then you would share your screen. And that's about it as far as Google Meet in a nutshell. I know this has been rather quick, but you can refer back to these videos later. And now Matt is going to talk to you about the WCPS Tech Portal.
Okay, I do understand that this has been fast. We are going to discuss and show you where to find everything that we talked about tonight here in just a minute. But what we've done, the technology department has what we call a tech portal. This is for teachers and students and parents and guardians and everybody. There's something here that can be used for everyone. So it is a Google site. You can find this by Google searching WCPS Tech Portal, and it should be this first one that pops up. So if you wanted to write that down so you can remember later, there is also a Bitly. Bitly is a website that shortens links to websites. So that would be bit.ly/WCPS Tech Portal. Okay, I'll leave that up there for just a second. If you want to write that down, bit.ly/WCPS Tech Portal. Or Google search, you'll get there as well. Okay. So here we go. This tech portal is meant as a resource for our teachers and parents and guardians. We have different, all sorts of different things on here for teachers. But what I want you to focus on right now is the Parent Family Toolkit. This was made as a resource for parents and students. So I'll kind of walk you through this real quick, and I'll show you a couple things here. So this box right here that says click here is our Google form that goes, when you fill it out, it will send that to Amy, Christy, or myself. This is used for how do I log in, or what can I do here, or I'm stuck and I can't remember something. So if you have a question and you're stuck and you cannot get a hold of your teacher, I would recommend contacting your teacher first, but we will answer these questions when they come in. Usually what we'll do is we'll send that to your teacher or the school librarian or a principal, and they will get in touch with you. But that is a form right here, so when you click it, it'll take you to this form that will go to us. The second one here is this digital skills tutorial matrix. That's a lot of words, but what this is a Google sheet, a spreadsheet that has tips and tricks and hints and how-tos for just about every Google product or everything in Google that we would need to worry about. So learning to use a Chromebook, turning in assignments on Google Classroom, how do you find copyright and fair use items on a Google search. This website right here is great, and again, that's right here. We do have some of these linked below that, specific Chrome things, Chromebook, Google Classroom, Google Meet. The big apps are linked here that will take you straight to that spot as well. Above that, right in the middle of this page, is the slideshow that we've been using tonight. This is everything that we've been talking about. So while we have gone fairly quickly, and we apologize and do know and understand that, everything that we've talked about is and can be found right here. The plan is, and things are crazy right now, but we will go back and hyperlink, and it might not be tomorrow. It might have to give us a couple days, but hopefully by when school starts on Monday, we will get these hyperlinked to specific points in the video that you've been watching tonight. So how do I log into Google Classroom? When you click this on this website, it'll take you directly to the spot in this video that you're watching that is also auto-archived on YouTube. So you can access, if you want to save the link that you're watching right now, bookmark it. You are able to do that and refer to that video, kind of rewatch. One of the things that's great for our students is the ability to rewatch lessons and instructional components from teachers. So rewatching, go back and rewatch it, and that is an option there as well. So please do check this out. The link to get to this is also found here, and I'll put that up on the screen while Amy So here it is right here, bit.ly/WCPS Tech Portal. Okay, I think we're going back to Amy for a second, and we'll kind of get to some questions that you guys have posted in the chat.
One thing that was brought up, ability with iPad. So all of the Google products have free apps for iPad. So if you want all three of these, so all of these products are. With that said, you do get the best experience with a book or laptop because of the so a lot of the they will probably have if they have Can you hear me? Okay, sorry, I realized I just said all of that and I was muted. So let me step back there. One of the questions in the chat was the compatibility with iPad apps and Android tablets. So the nice thing about the Google tools is that they have free apps for iPads and Android tablets. So for Google Meet, it's just the Google Meet app, and that is free and available from the iTunes Store and the Google Play Store. Google Classroom has an app that is free. Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, these are all free apps. Google Drive is a free app that is available for both Android and iOS devices. With that said, you do get the best experience having a device with a keyboard. Just some of the assignments that your child may receive may, be easier for your child if they have a keyboard. But again, we're in a situation where we're using the devices that we have available to us. So the apps do help and will work for your students.
Another question we had was about internet accessibility at homes that do not have internet. The best way to get the best information will be to contact your school. There are bus routes and different options. All the schools will have a Wi-Fi hotspot in front of the school. But for the best and current information, which is everything's been changing a lot rapidly here as of recently, do contact your school and they will be able to tell you exactly how and what your options are for that.
Another thing that was posted in the chat was the question about how do I get my child logged into the Chrome browser instead of my account. We definitely recommend that your child be in their account when utilizing all these tools, just because they won't have access to everything unless they're signed in. So I'm just going to show you really quick again. You just go up here to this little circle. It may just have a silhouette of a person. I'm currently already signed in, so you see my letter A there. And then you just add. And I'll just type. And then it will prompt you to log in to the Chrome browser on a Mac or PC, and you just sign in. Your child will sign in with their Warren County account, username, and password.
If your student is or if your child is a Tuesday student or a red-blue day, I believe it's red is Monday and blue is Tuesday. They will have work to do on Monday, the day that they are learning at home. So you will have some sort of communication from your teacher the child's teacher from school. They will contact you and explain to you exactly what is to be expected on that first day that they would be at home. But if you do not hear, I would contact your school again and ask exactly what the plan is. But your teacher should be contacting you as well.
Again, thank you all for joining in tonight. We will continue to offer additional webinars. We have two scheduled that are repeats of tonight next week. I think one is Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock, and the other is, I forget, 27th. And that will be at 6 p.m. as well. And so those are repeats of tonight. So if you want to join in again at either of those times, you are more than welcome to. This is also archived, and as soon as we end, you will be able to go back and watch this again, and then it will be linked on the tech portal as Matt explained as well. But thank you all for joining in. This is definitely going to be a collaborative effort, and we appreciate you as parents and students, and let us know if we can be of help and service. Have a great night.